So let's talk about a huge challenge facing hospitals right now. How in the world do you grow when your marketing budget has been slashed, maybe even to zero? You're kind of faced with a choice, right? You either stand still or you get really, really creative. Today, we're going to explore that creative path with some pretty powerful no-budget solutions.
At the end of the day, the goal is pretty simple. It's all about driving patient growth, making sure your key service lines are full, and keeping the hospital healthy and thriving. But as we all know, how you do that, well, that's where things get tricky, especially when you're working with basically nothing.
And yeah, here's the reality check. The pressure to get results is higher than ever, but the resources are just disappearing. Marketing teams are stuck in that classic bind, being told, hey, we need you to do way more, but with way less money. Sound familiar?
But what if, and hear me out, what if that constraint is actually a good thing? I know it sounds a little crazy, but having less cash can force you to get laser focused. It makes you get scrappy, get creative, and ditch anything and everything that doesn't deliver actual, measurable results. So where do we start? We start with your digital foundation. I'm talking about the free, fundamental stuff that builds on itself over time. And it all begins where pretty much every single patient journey kicks off these days, a search engine. Let's talk SEO, or search engine optimization. It's just a fancy way of saying being there when someone is looking for you. Think about it. A patient probably isn't searching for a super vague term like orthopedics. No way. They're typing in something really specific, something actionable, like hip replacement surgery Raleigh. That specificity, that's your golden ticket. And the best part? You can make huge gains here without spending a single penny on ads. Seriously. You can start by just refreshing your web pages with those specific keywords we talked about. Add a simple FAQ section that answers the questions you know patients are asking. And, this is a big one, claim and optimize the Google Business Profile for every single one of your locations. It's free, and it's absolutely crucial. Now, while you're building that online presence, you absolutely cannot ignore reviews. I mean, check out this number from Press Ganey. A staggering 59% of patients, 59, rely on online reviews to pick a provider. If your reviews are weak or non-existent, you're losing people before they even think about picking up the phone. So you have to be proactive here. You got to ask for that feedback. Send a simple follow-up email with a direct link to Google or HealthGrades. Share those glowing anonymous testimonials in your waiting rooms. And please respond to your reviews, the good and the bad. It sends a powerful public message that you're listening, and that builds an incredible amount of trust. Okay, so you've got your digital house in order. Now let's talk about your single greatest marketing asset. And nope, it's not a fancy billboard or a TV spot. It's the incredible experts you have walking the halls of your hospital every single day. We're talking about your clinicians. And here's the secret sauce. In a world that's just drowning in polished, slick advertising, what people are really hungry for is authenticity. A real, honest-to-goodness message from a doctor they can trust. That cuts through the noise in a way a scripted ad never, ever could. It just feels real, because it is. And I promise, this is so much easier than it sounds. Just grab a smartphone, find a physician, and have them answer just one common patient question on video. Keep it short and sweet, like 60 to 90 seconds. Post it online, and then ask that doctor to share it. Just like that, you've created this powerful little piece of content that builds massive trust and showcases genuine expertise. This whole idea of using what you already have is a complete game changer. I mean, just stop and think for a second about all the content your hospital already produces. Take something simple, like a slide deck a physician used for a presentation. You might see a PowerPoint. I see a content goldmine. Because that one slide deck can be totally transformed. It can become a downloadable guide for patients. It can be broken down into a whole series of short social media posts. You can pull the audio for a podcast clip. You can turn a key slide into an infographic for your next newsletter. See? You're multiplying the value of your work without having to start from scratch every single time. So we've built our digital presence, we're tapping into our internal experts. Now it's time to take all that trust and goodwill and push it outside the four walls of the hospital. A truly strong reputation is built on real, genuine relationships, both with the doctors who refer patients to you and with the community at large. Let's start with referrals, because this data from Chartis is just eye-opening.
Health systems can lose anywhere from 10 to 30% of their potential revenue just because patients get referred to doctors outside their network. It's called referral leakage. And folks, it's a massive and often preventable loss. So how do you plug that leak with no budget? You build relationships. It's that simple. We're talking a monthly email update to local docs, a handwritten thank you note from a department head, a free educational webinar. It's these small, personal, human touchpoints that build an incredibly powerful and loyal referral network over time.
And it's not just about other physicians. You have to engage with the public directly. Host a virtual Q&A on Facebook about a timely health topic. Partner up with a local school or a senior center. Offer free blood pressure screenings at a community fair. It's all about meeting people where they are, giving them real value, and building that trust one person at a time.
Wow, okay, we have covered a lot of ground, haven't we? From digital deep dives to good old-fashioned human connection. So let's pull all of these threads together into a clear, actionable plan that you can actually start using today. You know, when you step back and look at all these different tactics, they really boil down to 3 big core ideas. First, you've got to build that digital foundation so you're visible when and where patients are looking. Second, leverage your amazing human experts to build trust with authenticity. And third, get out there and engage your community to build relationships that actually last. And just so you know, all the insights and strategies we've been walking through today are based on an excellent white paper from Rave Health, which goes even deeper into these creative, no-cost solutions. And that brings us to the end. But look, the real magic isn't in just knowing about these strategies. It's about actually doing them. So as you think about your hospital and your goals, there's really only one question left to ask. Which one of these creative strategies are you going to try first?